All right. Welcome to the FeedBak podcast, everybody. My name is Back. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And this is episode number 215.
215.
215. 2 motherfucking teen. 2 fucking 15. Why am I cursing all the way up the back?
That's my goal weight, 215.
You want to jump in that right now? I haven't even introduced you.
It's all good. It's all good. It's a fuck it. I take over podcasts, bro. That's what I do.
I get it. So my guest today is the very funny Daniel Gonzalez from the Dannylize podcast. Comedian, very funny dude. And I really appreciate you for coming through, man.
No, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, Bach, man. Ever since I met you, you've been so good to me. Dude, thank you.
No, I mean, it means a lot. Let's get the plugs out the way. Where can people find you and all that good stuff?
You get basically really simple. Papi, P-A-P-I, the comic on all platforms. Daniel Gonzalez on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Super simple. I keep it the same everywhere.
Papi the comic?
Papi _ the comic everywhere.
Easy.
Everywhere.
And the podcast is
Dannylize This, where I break down everything from MMA to politics to comedy. I talk about whatever the fuck I want. It's me
Is this ranting?
just ranting.
Just angry at shit?
Angry. I sometimes interview people. I've interviewed jiu-jitsu champions. I've interviewed MMA fighters. I've interviewed politicians. I enjoy it all, man. It's my podcast has taken a very unique evolution. I had a co-host for a long time, and when I had a co-host, it was called the Coño Cast.
Coño?
Coño. Coño is
I'll make sure I pronounce it right. Coño.
Coño, yeah. Like the N with the little squiggly line on the top.
Yeah, to me, it's a G and an N.
Yeah, so basically, Coño is a very generic term for island Hispanics, from Dominican to Cuban to Puerto Rican. It's kind of our cuss word. So it was the fuck cast, basically.
Makes sense.
So we talked about sports and all that, and he had a kid and had to drop out. So
that's what happens, man.
I rebranded, and it continues to this day. So
you know what? I remember how we met?
Yes.
It was at the Detour.
Detours.
And you told me is it Puerto Rican?
I am Puerto Rican.
Yes. And you told me there were niggas in Puerto Rico.
Look, listen. I don't want to use the N word, but there's a lot of negritos.
I'll give you a pass.
There's a lot of negritos in my country.
Isn't that the same thing?
Well, negritos just means black.
Well, negro is black too.
Well, it's the color. It isn't the derogatory term of the nigga word.
Look, in French, we say negro. Like negro in French is also...
Yeah, but it's different. Like the way I put it is... the N-word in American culture has such a bad meaning from slavery.
It's heavy, yeah.
It's very heavy, right? Where like the word black, because we're literally using the colors. Like you're black as in the color, not because you're a slave.
Okay, so if you were to describe, like I have a piece of furniture right there, that's negrito. You say negrito, this?
No, that's la televisión es negra or negro. Same.
Okay, it says, yeah, it is the color. It's the same thing.
It's a color. So, but like la negrita is like the black girl.
And it's fine.
It's just describe the person. I'm not putting them down in any way. Like in Puerto Rico, they call me hincho, which means white, because I'm fucking pale as fuck.
Yeah, because I was surprised. I remember. I was wondering... Why there's a lot of Puerto Rican rappers like Big Pun, like Fat Joe would get away with saying nigga in their songs?
Why? Do you want the historical reason or the hip hop reason?
Well, I mean, I think with the conversation, you started the conversation by saying, yeah, we do have people blacker than you.
I got a cousin that's way blacker than you. Though.
Yeah, exactly. So so they get
my
it best.
First cousin. I'm not talking about like second or third. I'm talking about like first cousin blacker than you are.
Oh, so the whole thing skip you?
No. So my mom's side of the family, she's what they call mestizo. Mestizo is half Indian, half black.
Native
Indian.
Okay.
Puerto Rico. So they're called Taínos.
Okay.
She's half Indian, half black from her grandma's side, and my mom is she's light. She's what we call red bone. My mom.
Okay.
My dad is more Spaniard. He's very pale. He's very white, and his family is half Taino, half Spaniard.
Man, the lineage is hard to keep up with.
No, but here's the thing. What makes Puerto Ricans so unique is that in Spanish they call it tres en uno, 3-in-1. So we're Spaniard, Taino, and black.
Okay.
And all Puerto Ricans who are born on the island are almost literally a third black, a third Spaniard, a third Taino.
The ratio doesn't change?
The ratio, like, it changes slightly person to person, but
Right.
on average, it's a third, third, third. Just because of the inbreeding, because of the slavery, because of the genocide, most Puerto Ricans, Cubans, and Dominicans have that mix of three because of, historical context.
Oh. So how come Fat Joe can get away with it then?
Hip hop. It's really hip hop culture. And the reason Fat Joe, Big Pun, Tony Touch, all these Puerto Rican rappers from New York get away with it, it's Puerto Ricans were in the inception of hip hop from the beginning.
They're from the Bronx.
From not only from the Bronx, from Queensbridge, from all these guys, all these, the first graffiti artist in New York was a Puerto Rican guy.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Do you know his name?
It slips my mind, but it's very well known that he was a Puerto Rican guy. He was part of the b-boy culture.
Okay.
Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, especially in New York in the late 60s, early 70s, they were so part of that urban New York culture that it's like the history with other blacks and the inner, the kind of intermarrying and
Yeah.
it's where we're niggas too, dog. Like, I'm sorry.
You know what? I was waiting to see when you're gonna drop it, because you qualify.
No, I do and I don't, and I realize that like Puerto Ricans for the most part, we have what I call a regional N-word pass. In Texas, I can't get away with that shit unless I'm with like my friends.
Yeah.
But in the South, I really can't get away with it unless I'm in Miami, or Pennsylvania, Jersey, New York City.
All right, you get a pass from me if I represent anything.
I appreciate it. Well, you're from the homeland, so
I am from Africa, so
technically you can't even use it. Why? I'm just saying. No, because it's a weird culture thing, right? Like in the United States, unless you're like of like what they call ADOS, American Descendants of Slaves. You can't really use that word in the PC culture world.
We invented slavery. You know that, right?
I know you did.
Africans were like the precursor. We did it.
Yeah,
first.
I mean,
and white people got to come in
the
and do
Arabs
it.
did. If we started splitting hairs.
Yeah, but white people got to come in and always steal our shit.
I said Arabs. I didn't even say white people. I didn't even get to that part of history.
They couldn't even come up with that shit. They had to steal it from black folks.
Dude, it's ridiculous. People of color, fuck it. Like, like at this point, it's most, at least here in Texas and anything west of the Mississippi, they don't know what being Puerto Rican, Cuban, or Dominican is.
No, they don't.
They don't understand.
You're Mexican.
That like, I don't know if you remember, I was showing you like clips of like 3 miles from my hometown. Remember, like of like the Santeria culture, the black culture in Puerto Rico. You're like, wow, that's like my home tribe.
Yes.
Like,
remember that.
I like the difference between like the Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, and Cubans in this country. We're way more attached to our cultural roots when it comes to music, when it comes to food, when it comes to, everything. Like when you look at Puerto Rican cooking, and I could tell you what a arroz pilaf, which is the same for you.
Rice pilaf?
Rice pilaf.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying? Or mofongo, which is it's a plantain-based food because of that's what naturally grows in Puerto Rico, but it's what we guys would call yam.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. So like we use a lot of the same ingredients. Obviously there's still Spanish influence with like some of the seasonings and stuff like that. But when it comes to like ethnic food, a lot of our foods still have their roots in Africa and in Spain. So when I say Puerto Ricans, Cubans, and Dominicans, we're more closely related to European and African descent than the rest of the Hispanic world. I'm not just saying that to say it. I'm saying that because it's a matter of fact. You look at the way we use our Spanish language, the coño, the carajo. It's very, Castellano, very Spanish. But then you look at the way our music is, you're like, oh, that's Africa. You listen to salsa, you're like, I'm sorry, that's African drums.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Where you listen to Mexican music like banda and cumbia, it doesn't have that.
It's not as heavy on the drums.
It's not as heavy. It's more, Spanish. It's more Portuguese. It's not necessarily more of that deep African culture. You don't see those types of things come up until you go to Colombia or you go to Brazil, where it comes back up in a different way.
Right. When's the last time you went back?
I haven't been back to Puerto Rico.
Like you have to say it like that. Puerto Rico.
Well, I don't. Puerto Rico, whatever.
No. Look. I do the same thing in France. I can't say croissant. I have to say croissant.
Croissant.
Okay. And I had a whole conversation last night. I was down at the creek, and we were talking about the Boston accent. I think Mike Hudak was talking about that.
Mike, by the way.
Yeah, and Craig was going to be on the show next, by the way. And I was like, I laugh when people pronounce shit wrong, and they say,
Me too.
What's one I heard recently? Charcuterie.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's the plank with the sausage, like okay, I'm gonna say it the English way, you'll know. Charcuterie.
Oh yeah. I say that horribly wrong.
I say that charcuterie. I heard charcuterie once. I'm like, that's not chocolate tree.
No, I know that I always say it wrong, so I always like, how the fuck do you say this word? It's charcuterie. And even then I'm like, is this even right? It sounds wrong. I look at the spelling and I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at right now?
I don't care. It cracks me up every time when I hear something.
How do you say it?
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Yeah, but in English you have to put the accent somewhere, the emphasis on the syllable. So charcuterie or charcuterie, whatever.
Nah, you know what? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you record it on my phone. Every time I'm gonna say it, I'm just gonna play the sound back. And I'm gonna like a charcuterie, whatever. Charcuterie.
And so to your point, like you had to pronounce Puerto Rico the way it's pronounced.
And historically,
halfway.
And here's the thing. Another thing is historically, we are territory of the United States, to be politically correct. But if you want to be a colonizing anti-colonizer, we're a colony of the United States. Puerto Rico is, right? So I am a born American citizen, but what most people don't understand is not until I live in the mainland, I'm still considered a second-class citizen under the law. I can't run for president.
Right. When did you come here?
I moved to the States when I was 8 years old.
Okay, but so you do remember?
I do. Oh, I remember a whole lot of Puerto Rico. My parents used to send me back every summer.
Yep.
The last time I've been to Puerto Rico, to answer your first question, I was 22. So I haven't been back in a long time.
I don't know how old you are, so I'm not trying to do the math. What?
I'm 30.
Yeah, shut up. I'm tired of all these young motherfuckers.
Well, I can't control when I was born, bro.
No, look, it's fine.
The only thing I can say is like my parents like to fuck. So
how many siblings you got?
I didn't say I had a lot of siblings. I just know that my parents are very vocal that they like to fuck. That's all I'm saying.
Have you ever heard them?
No, my dad, every time he looks at me, he was like, damn, motherfucker, you's a pretty nigga. Look at that ear. You see that ear? I did that in the dark. That is a true statement.
That's how your dad worked?
That is a true quote from my father. I wish I was making that up, and it is not a bit.
And your mom's like, that is right, mijo.
And my mom would be like, ay, Dios mío, papi, please, do you have to be like that? My dad would be like, fuck, yes, I do.
Yes. I just pounded your mother last night. God, no, see that.
Yeah, Hispanics like to fuck. That's my point. Right?
No, I get it. And Africans do too, but they don't talk about it.
No, my dad has no fucking shame.
We don't. Like, there's no, I've never, never. Like, in my culture in Africa, like, sex you don't talk about.
No.
You don't. No. Like, you know how, the talk that you have with your dad when you're starting to.
Oh, we didn't get the talk.
Oh no, we didn't get it. You know what my talk was?
The white people talk. Yeah, I know the birds and the bees. Yeah.
No. But this is my talk. The talk I had, and I wish I was kidding. I was already in the States because I came here when I was 16. So I had to start over with girls because now it's American girls I got to fuck with, and which is easier. Nah. I always thought it was easier with American women, bro. Yes and no. The French will let you know straight up what they want. The whole dating thing is not.
Like,
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Other cultures are very upfront.
Yes.
Like Puerto Rican chicks, like they'll tell you if they're gonna fuck you right away. They're gonna be like,
yes.
They're gonna be like, listen,
I appreciate that.
Or you gotta work for this. It's like, I like you, but you gotta work for this. You know, they don't let you know. You know where you stand.
Yeah, exactly. But I appreciate the honesty here. We got to get on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dates. I'm like, I ain't got time for those fucking dates.
It's fucking weird.
Exactly. And so so I'm starting over, and I think at that time, the time that I was like 20,
Okay.
and we're driving back from HEB. We're unloading.
The Heb.
Yeah, the Heb. We're coming back from the Heb, and my dad goes, see, you've been going out a lot, like going downtown and dancing and everything. Make sure you wear a condom. Now give me the bag. I got to take that bag and take it inside to the kitchen.
My talk was very similar.
That's all it was.
My talk, I was like 15, 16 years old. I started with a girlfriend. Like, I had my first girlfriend or whatever. I brought a girl home. That's my...
I was not a virgin anymore at that time.
No.
He
Well,
just says, yeah, make sure you're safe, man.
so I bring this chick home, and my dad just looks at me and he goes, you bring a baby to this house, I'm going to fucking kill you. That was my talk.
Oh, shit.
That was the talk.
And you how old? You said 15?
I was like 15. That was the talk. It was like, you bring a baby home from this white bitch, you dead. That's exactly what he told me.
Wow.
There was no wrap it up. There was nothing about STDs. There was nothing. No, it was like you bring a baby to this house, you're gonna quit school, go to work, and on top of that, you dead. And I don't know how the fuck that was gonna happen. But that was my talk.
Nobody. Do you have an older sibling that
I
could
have
have
an older
warned you?
sibling. My brother was the one who told me. I was like, dog, this is what you do. And it was all wrong information because he was only 8 years older than me. So, you know, I got all the sex shit like when he was 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
So I was like 12, you know? So I'm like, I'm over here looking at the Dominican chick from across the street. I'm like, I want to fuck her. And he'd be like, you don't know what to do with that. I'm like, you're right. I don't, but I want to figure it out.
No spoilers. No spoilers. I want to figure it out. Wrong hole. No, never mind. I'll figure it out.
Oh, this hole feels good too. Okay, this one's right. This one's right.
All the holes. I'll do all the holes. One of them got to feel good.
All of them.
I'll try them all.
Let's put it on OnlyFans.
No, but we don't have that relationship. So when people tell me, oh yeah, my mom sat me down and she told me about. No, your parents are not your friends.
No,
they're not your fucking friends.
I didn't have that privilege.
That is privilege.
That is a privilege.
That is a fucking privilege.
That is a privilege.
I wish. Actually, no. Now that I think about it, I think it's better when you find out on your own.
Yes and no. I think it's.
With a little bit of knowledge, no spoilers, but a little bit of, I'll just be safe.
With my son, I'd let him figure it out. If I had a daughter, I'd sit down and be like, this is what every boy is gonna want to do to you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad I have a son.
So like, if and when I have kids, if I have a daughter, she's getting that talk early and she's getting that talk often, and she's gonna be like, listen, bitch, if you don't fucking close your legs, you're gonna be sent to this Catholic school where this nun is gonna beat you.
It's even worse because Catholic girls.
I know, because they like to suck
yes,
dick.
That's what's going on. You're not helping here.
No, I'm not. No. Homeschool. We're gonna homeschool this hoe.
I'll be here every step of the way. You're gonna give me your phone, and if you bring a boy home in here, I'm gonna kill you.
Let me ask you this. Like where you have kids in this moment.
One. Let's not get crazy.
One child.
Okay.
How do you feel about technology and children?
It's I believe too much of anything is not good for you. I limit it. I mean, he's 3 years old.
Okay.
He's 3.5. But the thing is, like, I grew up watching TV. Like, I was 2 years old. My mom, to this day, she's like, they would come home from work and they'd find me watching TV, and I knew how to count to 20 in my alphabet when I was 2 years old.
I mean, same thing. That's how I learned English.
No, exactly. Same here. And so,
shout out to the Muppets and
shout out to Scooby Doo and
Blue's Clues and all them.
No, but so
public service television.
But so I have no problem putting my son in front of cartoons.
Yeah.
But he also wants to, like, grab my phone, and he knows how to skip the ads on YouTube.
Bro, that's funny.
No, that's scary.
Dude,
that is scary because they're not growing at the same pace as we did. Is that a big concern for you?
It is. That's honestly one of the main reasons I probably haven't had a kid yet. It's technology.
I mean, it's not going to get any worse.
It's going to get way worse. I'm in tech, right? So I'm transitioning from medical to tech in my day job, and I'm over here like I see, that Amazon is Skynet, and I see the control that they have over our personal information and all this other stuff, and I'm like, I don't want them to have a full profile on my child by the time he's at 6 months old.
Give me a flip phone. If you can find one by then.
I mean, they're available, but let's for
seriously,
construction workers only.
What do you,
what the fuck?
Like other than like call me or text me when you need me. I need to be able to reach you. Yeah. That's all it is. You don't need to be on Google. You don't need to be on YouTube on your phone as a kid.
But then at the same time, it's like the are you holding him back by not giving him that too? You know what I'm saying?
No, because I think there's other forms of. There's other ways to acquire knowledge, and if it's under your supervision and more controlled, and be like, okay, when you at home, like my dad used to sit me down and say, watch the news.
Oh yeah,
like watch the news. I'm like, it's fucking depressing. He goes, no, you need to know what goes on around the world. You just have to know that.
Same here,
right? But I didn't get a phone until I don't remember. I think I was in college, maybe. Mm-hmm. So it's if it's in a controlled environment. That's fine. It's really when they go out and then they're on their phone, on their smartphone, that's cool. And one kid goes, hey, look at this video of this guy getting decapitated. Or here's you ever heard of xhamster.com? Yeah, go to that and see a bunch of double anal videos.
I was the first generation, like I was a teenager when Kimbo Slice started coming out. You know what I'm saying? When Two Girls, One Cup, when, you can go on the internet and find all kinds. Like, I remember when they broadcasted Saddam Hussein's freaking hanging.
I remember that, yeah.
Like, I was, 14 when that happened?
Yeah, I was 24.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, so
23,
so it's like, I was like, Jesus, I was, freshman in high school and all this is happening. I'm like, holy crap, I can find this online. But now, there's a lot more online, but I think more than anything, it's the influence that they have on our children.
Yes, but I think it's the problem is not the information itself. The problem is the ability to process it.
Yes.
And that's when you might have to become your kid's best friend to be like, look, they see something fucked up, and they got to be comfortable enough to come to you and say, hey, Dad, what is this? I don't understand this.
Yeah, man.
Somebody at school showed me this thing.
Parenting has changed so much, man.
Yeah. I mean, look, I've never seen my parents fight. They fought. No, seriously.
What?
No, because in our culture, that's not the kid's business.
I mean, it's not my business. Trust me.
No, but
in my culture, it was not my business either. But trust me when I say I've seen my dad throw a chair across a damn room and almost.
I know it is not the norm. I know that. I know countless. I have countless people that I know that I've seen furniture fly around the house. And then, my dad would just fucking bitch slap my mom, and I get all that.
I will say this:
that's a very private thing.
I've seen a lot of things happen in my home. I've never seen my dad lay hands on my mom.
Well, that's good.
I mean, that is the one thing where I'll say that is the one thing I'm very fortunate that I haven't seen. I've seen my dad and my mom argue tooth and nail. I've seen them throw shit at each other. I've seen them kind of send us to the next room, but I've never seen him physically. I'm sure it's happened.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it where my dad picked my mom up by the hair and just bitch slapped shit. I've never seen that. I thank God for that because my brother has different stories. Like, my brother has stories of, because my brother's your age. My brother's 10 years older than I am. And he has all kinds of stories of my dad when he was active in the military, coming home pissed drunk and beating on my mom. Like, he has those stories. I got sober dad.
Oh.
Even then, it was fucked up. So I can only imagine if he was a drunk motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
No, but they always kept that shit very private.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, and honestly, when I saw it for the first time, I didn't. And it was actually just a few years ago, so I was already an adult, and I didn't know how to react.
You're like, Dad, it wasn't. Mom?
It wasn't. Seriously, I cried. I fucking cried like a bitch. I was like, what is this? What are you guys gonna get a divorce?
No, this happens all the fucking time.
No, but they were always very private about it. And so, like, I know, but then what that does is that, like, I know I'm not I'm very averse to conflict.
Yeah.
So even though I'm African and my kid's mom is from Arkansas, two totally different cultures, and yeah, that is a fucking mix. My son will be somebody. Watch,
Barack Obama, bro.
dude. Arkansas African.
What part of Africa are you from?
Senegal.
Senegal. Ooh, he gonna be a great wrestler. Oh God.
Yeah. Oh, you did the wrestling thing too?
Yeah. Dude,
Senegalese wrestling.
I'm a jiu-jitsu practitioner, bro.
Do you know what Jared Stalling is?
Yes.
He's the only other person who knew what Senegalese wrestling was.
Oh yeah.
I didn't.
I love, dude. I'm into martial arts.
Did you used to do it?
I still do.
What do you do?
I do Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I'm a blue belt. I should be getting promoted sometime soon. I don't know when. So fuck it.
Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, nobody knew what Senegalese wrestling was, and it's like our national fucking
dude. It's
sport.
it's shoot boxing. It's what it is. It's what to me like right. So I'm a huge fan of martial arts. Doesn't matter if it's wrestling, kickboxing. I'm a huge fan. And there's certain trends you see when you like start getting into the whole of martial arts. Like the Greek and the Senegalese style of wrestling is very similar.
Right.
So it's like wrestling and boxing just mixed together, and it's beautiful to watch. It's different application, obviously, but it's like you can tell that somebody fucked somebody.
Yo, I was telling Jared, I'm like, these dudes are like 16 years old and they're like twice my size. They eat rice.
Bro.
Seriously, they're 16 years old and they look like Shaquille O'Neal. And you're like, how?
Yeah.
And you know what? The most interesting thing about
there's Brock Lesnar walking around, so I get it.
Yeah, but then you start talking to him and they have this like teeny weeny voice, and you're like,
hey,
what?
How you doing?
Yeah.
Have you seen Mike Tyson? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
13 years old, fucking grown man looking, and bringing just.
You know, and I didn't get it. My uncle used to train him. My uncle was a boxer in Senegal, and then he started training other younger boxers and wrestlers. So they would come around the house all the time, and then they would fucking eat. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, he's your age.
So there's this great. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but there's this great like documentary series with Frank Grillo, actor. He goes to Senegal, talks about the Senegal wrestling, and him and former UFC heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez go there, and they both do a couple sparring rounds with him. And Cain, who is a national champ here in the States, say their technique in wrestling is as good as any Olympic wrestler.
Oh wow!
So he was like very similar techniques. That the names changed, the slight different styles. It was like wrestling for wrestling. He was like, no, they can wrestle their ass off.
Yep.
So, bro, that's dope.
Man, I've seen that shit live. And the most interesting thing is all the ritual around it.
Dude.
They do the dances.
I saw that.
And they do the chants, they do the praying, they do all the
there's a lot of superstition.
Yeah, there is.
There's a lot of superstition.
Oh, Anthony Bourdain had an episode.
Oh,
when
yeah.
he went to Senegal and then he ate the food and he went to one of those and I don't, it's fucking Anthony Bourdain.
It's like, and your heavyweight champ is like bigger than God over there.
Shit, he's a superstar. There was a dude named Tyson.
Yeah.
There was a dude named Tyson. I remember when I was a kid.
But so like for comparison, right? Like boxing is like that in Puerto Rico.
Oh.
So like think about I think about like some of the great champions we've had, like when Tito Trinidad was at the height of his powers, when he was pound for pound world champ, they would shut down the island for that man. Shut down. I was like 6, 7 years old watching him fight De La Hoya. And for that week, there was nothing going on. Everything was revolved around the press conferences. Everything was revolved around him. I think the fight was in Vegas, and everybody was up at 2:00 in the morning, TV's on, watching the pay-per-view. He was bigger than God.
Shit, where is he now?
He is training fighters.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
See, I don't know much about boxing other than, the big names, and I watched some.
Miguel Cotto, same thing. Miguel Cotto, like.
But they're known for that? Is that in Puerto Rico?
Puerto
that
Ricans
is the
are
thing?
known for two things, baseball and boxing.
Yeah, baseball and, yes.
Baseball and boxing, like some of the best baseball players come from Puerto Rico, at least historically, right? Not so much in recent years because the United States have been, fucking imperialistic and implementing their rules on our people.
Yeah, what's new? What's fucking
No,
new?
what's weird, right? Like when at least in the baseball world, for many years, Puerto Rico, even though we were loosely affiliated with the United States, their national teams were autonomous to the United States. Like, yeah, we can trade in the money, we can come and go from the States to Puerto Rico as we want, but like when it comes to baseball, the players can go play in Puerto Rico all year round and then come play in the majors all year round. So they can kind of hop from team to team and not have any contractual issues. All of a sudden, the young players from PR, they had to abide from the same NCAA rules as the States. So they couldn't go from high school or from, an early age and play professionally and then come to the majors. They would have to go through the years of college and then go to the majors.
So
which hurt us as talent.
Let me ask you this: if you were to take away all the Puerto Ricans out of baseball,
Baseball will be fine. There's way too many Dominicans in there. Way too many.
So it'd be boring at that point?
Dude, it's...
Like, what's the percentage?
I think in baseball,
yeah,
it's equivalent to black players in the NBA.
Oh, so it's like 80%?
Yeah, but now it's not just Puerto Ricans. Now it's, Dominicans, Venezuelans. There's a lot of Hispanic cultures that revolve around baseball. But like early 70s and early 80s, it was like 80%.
Oh, you a big baseball fan too?
I love baseball.
I don't get it. It's the slowest.
It is a slow sport.
I thought football was slow, and I watched a baseball game, and I fell asleep.
Dude, it is a game you go watch live. It is not a game to watch on TV.
Yeah.
And it's a game, you play. It is, to me, to sit down and watch, unless it's like the World Series where there's high stakes and there's high drama.
Yeah, it's not really the world, but let's
but it's, so the major leagues is basically the UFC of baseball.
Sure, okay.
So it's like, even though it's not the only organization, it is the best organization in the world. When you think about the talent, it doesn't matter if you play in Japan, if you play in China, every baseball player in the world wants to play for the major leagues.
That's why it's called World Series.
That's why it's called the World Series.
Oh. That makes sense, kind of.
I mean, no, but then you think about the level of talent in the major leagues and in the MLB. It has all the best players in the world because of the money. The New York Yankees can buy everybody.
I mean, it's the same.
There's no cap.
It's the same in football with the foot. Like the Paris team, PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, they're owned by the Qataris.
Yeah.
So they're like, we'll buy this guy from...
What's the league in Europe that, where Madrid play and
Champions League.
Champions League.
Yeah.
Like, they have all the best players in the world.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because they have the money.
Yeah.
Right? So, not because they're the only organization, because there's the Russian organization, there's
there's different leagues,
but all the best players from all over the world flock there, and that's what makes them like the most prestigious in the world outside of the World Cup.
Right. And they all play in the World Cup for the most part.
You get it?
Yeah.
Like, that's what the MLB is. And even then, there's still a World Baseball Classic where every country represents their best players, but
nobody cares.
Nobody gives a damn.
Yeah, I never heard of that until you just...
But nobody gives a damn because everybody watches the World Series with the best of the best playing on the same team against the best of the best playing on the same team.
It's just fucking slow, man.
It is slow, but... Dude,
what the build up, like I had this conversation.
There's nothing. I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
There's nothing in sports like having Game 6 of the World Series or Game 7 of the World Series, bases loaded with the best player at the plate. There is nothing more dramatic in sports.
Really?
Nothing.
Because let me. I'll say this. Penalty shootouts in the World Cup final game. That's some nerves right here.
Equivalent.
Okay. I'm trying to think of everything else. A minute left in the NBA Finals. I mean, you can...
Equivalent. So, like, that is the equivalent in baseball. So, I remember when, like, I'm a huge Miami Marlins fan. I grew up watching them. I'm a huge Yankee fan. But they're in the same like national league. Oh no, American League. They're in the American League, right?
Oh yeah, you have two leagues. That's right.
Two
That's
leagues and
fucking confusing.
and combined, they're the major leagues of baseball. That's why it's called the major leagues. Not those are two. So they're both in the.
I'm confused.
They're both. So it was the American League Finals to go to the World Series.
Wait, hold on. What did they split in the first place?
Huh?
Why are there two?
There was two organizations, just kind of like in football. There were two organizations that eventually became the NFC and the AFC.
So was it a money thing?
Yeah, it's a money thing. It's all money. It's all money and regions.
Sure. Okay.
So, I get fuzzy with the history because it also has to do with segregation. So it's a weird history.
Okay.
But long story short, it was the New York Yankees versus the Miami Marlins, like in 2003. Right?
That's recent.
In 2003, yeah. So, one of my favorite players of all time, Pudge Rodriguez, Ivan Rodriguez, who played for the Marlins at the time, which is one of the biggest Puerto Rican stars of all time. Right? He came up to the plate. And at the time, it was Josh Beckett, one of the best pitchers in freaking baseball history. The dude had like 3 shutouts in fucking 1 year. Insane. Him, Redmond, and one other guy who escapes. His name escapes me.
I don't know who these people are.
It doesn't matter. People,
they're the best in the world.
They were some of the best players in the world. And Ivan Rodriguez, who has one of the best. He's a power hitter, but like an accurate power hitter. And he comes up to the plate, bases are loaded, and
wait, base loaded means everybody. There's one guy at
every base. And Serrano, who's one of the best closing pitchers in New York Yankee history, is pitching. And it's like Dominican versus Puerto Rico, which has like a lot of like.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You also have that island rivalry
that
shit.
Little island rivalry bullshit. Then you got the whole, both teams are playing for the World Series, and it's like this whole high tension, and it's like, I can remember it's like all of a sudden it's like, and he hits it out the park in New York City, breaking every New Yorker's heart, but at the same time like taking my hometown, what I consider my hometown, which is Miami, Florida, taking it to its second franchise championship. And to me, that's like one of my favorite baseball memories. It's like it was just so high stakes. It's such a long game. It's called the dog days of summer because of baseball. Because it's like it's a boring game a little bit.
It is not a little bit. It is.
It is a very boring game. But
by all means, all power to you. This is great.
But it's it's not called America's sport. It's called America's pastime because you watch it to pass time.
Yeah, if you're really bored, you pass the time watching baseball.
But like my grandfather was really big into baseball, into the stats, into like the counts. And
I get the tradition. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on the sport. It's just that for people who look at, and I'm gonna keep saying football with the foot. People look at football like, how can you tie? Like, how does that make sense? Like, how can you play for 90 minutes straight and nobody wins? I'm like, there's points.
Yeah.
People don't get that.
They don't understand the scoring system.
Yeah, I mean there are points like there's rankings, and if you tie, you get 1 point or whatever.
Well, like
I don't even know what the thing
team,
is.
right? Like if you tie, right? Yeah. And then if you win, you get the 3 points or whatever it is.
You get more points if you win.
If you lose, you get nothing.
Right, exactly. So there's not really it's not a tie really, because it's a point thing.
It's like NASCAR. Just because you win one race doesn't mean you're going to win the season.
Right.
You have to win multitude of races and place well in the wins you don't.
Exactly. At the end of the day, there's the ongoing championship. It's like a regular season in NBA, right? And then the top get to the playoff, and then you get the final.
It's an aggregate score, not just
right.
It's not just one game. You have to be an overall better team.
Exactly. And so, like, I remember, so 1998, the year that I moved here, was the year that France won the World Cup.
Ooh, that's a good year.
And the final was France versus Brazil.
Ooh, I remember that.
Yes. And I think was the year that France was hosting it.
Pele was still playing, right?
Huh?
No, Ronaldinho was playing.
Yes, it was on the Brazil side. You had Ronaldo, You had it was the dude with the striker that was fucking incredible. Anyway, on the French side, you had Zinedine Zidane, like basically the dream team of the French football.
Which they stole from Africa.
Yes, he's Algerian. Fucking shit. No, but you know what? This is the thing about the French. Like when the French team is like all like a Benetton ad with a bunch of different colors. Oh yeah, look, this is France. This is the French culture. This is the French country. Look at all these colors on our national team. And then when they lose, these niggas can't play for.
But that's how it is in America too.
Oh
Let's be
yeah,
real. That's how it is.
Oh yeah, but so they, it was the final game. And I remember I had just come back from Senegal, and we watched the final game. And when the game was over, we drove to Paris, and it was fucking insane. Because nowhere you're beating fucking Brazil. In Brazil, people are born with a soccer ball between their feet.
Not only that, it's Brazil. There's like magic in the way they play.
Yes, I mean it's like they make it so effortless. It's crazy, and you're like,
so many great players, dude, that come out of Brazil.
It's nuts, and nobody thought that the French were going to
Same
win.
thing with Argentina. Like you think of Argentina, it's like so many great players come out of Argentina.
And then the French won the European Cup 2 years later.
Yeah,
in France.
And
I was there for that too, and I was like, yeah. So like to your point, like there's moments like that you just gotta like, hey, remember you remember for the rest of your life, and that's that's what sports do. But bases are loaded. So okay, the European Cup is going on right now. The final is at the time we were recording this. The final's on Sunday. Italy versus England.
Okay.
Right, and you're like, it's the same motherfuckers. Yeah, who cares? I want to see a small team win every once in a while.
It's like for example, World Cup, right? Like,
right.
I live in America. I have never rooted for the American team
until they played. They went to the quarterfinals last time. It was fine.
Yeah, but even then, it's like it was more like, oh, they made it to the quarterfinals. Like,
oh, look at so cute. Look at them.
I believe that they might win. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever.
You know,
Howard is a commentator on ESPN now. He was the goalie at the time.
I know.
He already retired.
But then you look at teams like South Africa. Like I was rooting for their team because I thought they was like, bro, they have the group of death and they have a lot of stacked against them.
Yeah,
they did really well, and I was like, wow, they went deep. You know, I looked at Brazil, who had a subpar team for Brazil standards, and I'm like, they're still the favorite because it's fucking Brazil.
Yeah, but you know what? Every time the problem that France has, every time they're the favorite, they don't make it.
Exactly.
And so, actually, opening game of the World Cup in 2002, France versus Senegal.
We are making everybody fall asleep right now.
I know. I don't give a shit. I don't care. We can talk about comedy or whatever. We can switch. But
I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying. I love soccer, dude. I like soccer too. I love soccer. We
have a team now in Austin, so everybody's buying the shirts.
I don't
even think they know the rules,
bro.
I don't even think they know the rules,
dude. Have you seen the crowds that go to those fucking soccer games?
No, I just see people going to HEB with the shirts.
Bruh, I'm not gonna do it because
go ahead.
It's
I want someone to hear this.
It's a new premise I'm working on, so I don't want to give it away. But I'm just gonna say, next time you're in the domain and there's a game going on, just sit down and watch people. Just watch people. Just watch people. Like
they cheer for a corner kick,
dude. I'm telling you,
they cheer for a throw in.
It's just the weirdness of Austin shows in that crowd. Just the weirdness, weirdness of Austin, and it's like I both appreciate it, and I'm always just like, the fuck are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying?
No, they don't.
Like Miami or Florida now has a team. You know, they got the Orlando City Soccer, and the team sucks.
Like, is it in the league even?
It's in MLS, yeah.
Oh,
Orlando City, yeah. It's not. I mean, it's not a good team.
No, nobody cares. I mean, the women play better.
Is any American team good though? Like at this point, like you're like
no. French players retire and come train here.
Yeah,
like coach here.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that Americans are bad at soccer. It's just it's not our sport.
No, because you're not good at it. If you're not good at it, that's the thing. There's a reason why nobody cares, because you're not good at it.
It not only that, it's the American school system and the athletic system is geared for one of two sports: football or wrestling.
Or basketball, football, basketball.
Football, basketball, or wrestling. That's it. All the
Really, wrestling is it
yes,
that big?
yes, huge. Every American high school has a wrestling program. Every American high school has a basketball program. Every American high school has a football program.
Nobody cares about tennis. Nobody cares about
Nobody
golf.
gives a damn
Nobody cares about volleyball,
Not a damn.
swimming.
Every school.
Chess.
Think about it. No. Think about. Think about every
Spelling
American
bee.
school has a wrestling, football, and basketball program.
That's I never thought of wrestling.
The best. No. Seriously, look at the Olympics. The best wrestlers are either Russian or American.
Huh. I did not know that.
Yes. And the reason wrestling is such a big sport in America is because of the Cold War.
What?
Yes. America.
I'm learning. By the way, if you're falling asleep, fuck you. But this is interesting because I'm learning some shit. I love. Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah. So after the World War II, Cold War started, obviously. Right?
Yeah.
And everything is about the proxy wars in America versus the rest of the world. We need to show our supremacy in every major sport possible.
That's why they made Rocky.
That's why they made Rocky. That's why track and field is such a big thing in America.
Right.
The Olympics come around. Gymnastics too. But wrestling is such a big deal in American culture, especially in like states, not so much Texas, but you think about like the Midwest. You think, Ohio, Oklahoma, that whole section. That's where the best wrestlers in the country come from. And that's where all they basically get bred to do is to wrestle. And it's really because of our war against Russia.
To this day.
Till this day. Like, it's an unspoken thing, but it is. That's exactly what it is. It's
over. Fucking get over it.
It's not over. It's never over.
Right.
It's never over. Do you think these geopolitical wars are ever over? No.
No, but
they
I mean,
change, they
move on.
evolve, we become friendly, then we not become friendly.
No, we don't. But still, it's like
But that's what it is.
if it works, it works. Don't get me wrong.
Because you think about it. Think about it like this. You put their best athlete, right, in any given sport. But we're using wrestling. You put your best athlete that you can produce after putting them through the Russian athletic system. And then you put them through the American athletic system. They went through college. Mind you, these kids are wrestling from the age of 3.
This is really like Rocky.
Legitimately, this is when people say there is no such thing as communism in this country, like bullshit. Like, have you seen the American athletic system that feeds into the Olympic system? These kids have been training here you don't even have to go far. Here in Texas, there's folk wrestling programs for children starting at the age of 3.
Shit. I throw my son in there.
These kids learn how to wrestle, and they wrestle every weekend, sometimes multiple times a week, from the age of 3 through high school. Then they get recruited to go to and get scholarships to go to some of the best schools in the country because they can wrestle.
Okay, but the narrative behind it is that all right, Sonny, you're gonna have to wrestle because we're gonna beat these fucking
There
rooskies.
is no professional wrestling outside of the WWE. Like, there's no real money in wrestling. All it is to show supremacy over another country. There is no professional wrestling.
Is this a small dick complex? One of those like,
No,
call me a bitch.
bro.
I'm gonna show you.
Look, whenever you get a chance, look up Jordan Burroughs. Jordan Burroughs. He was on the Joe Rogan podcast. He is bar none the best American wrestler in 20 years since Dan Gable. Dude went undefeated in international competition for 10 years. Undefeated in international competition. The dude is black as fuck. But he can wrestle his ass off.
I wonder what we're doing.
The only reason he makes money, sponsorships. He doesn't make any money off these tournaments at all. These are all international. He represents the United States.
See, that's why. Because growing up, when we thought wrestling, we thought WWE. We thought The Undertaker and all these fuckers.
I'm talking about Olympic style wrestling.
I get that, but I growing up, that was the reference. Like, we didn't know that there was actual wrestling going on, like, outside of that in this country.
Yeah.
Because to us, it was, we know it's fake. It's a show. They have characters. They do all the theatrics and all that.
It's all geopolitical. It's all geopolitical. Like, don't get me wrong. There's something very primitive about two people grappling, right? There's
Sure.
something very primitive and
Grabbing their underwear and trying to flip them.
Yeah.
Do you like sumo too? Do you follow that shit?
I appreciate it. I'm not a big. I don't. I look at it. And
No
I'm
offense, but you could do it.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
These motherfuckers that you thought that Senegalese were big, them sumo kids,
Dude, bro, and they're built and they breed them to be like.
Oh yeah, they do. Like from 3 probably too.
Bro, dude, but yeah, no, man, yeah, wrestling is a big sport in this country. It is the only state sanctioned martial art.
What do you mean by state sanction?
It is
Like
in
regulated?
a public school.
Oh,
Is it a state sanctioned martial art?
so what is the actual league then? Like,
There is no league. There is no professional league.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, so
There is no professional league. I'm talking.
it's only an international thing.
Yeah. So it's like there's collegiate, right? There's amateur,
Sure.
collegiate, high school. There's middle school programs. There's independent programs and leagues that your kid can go into.
Mm-hmm.
But all of that feeds into the Olympic program.
Fuck, this is deep, man.
Yeah, I just fucked you up.
Yeah,
I?
no, you did. This is fast. I need to look
think
this
about
up.
it
I'm
like
going to
this.
rabbit
Think
hole on
about it like
YouTube.
this. So, like, the only equivalent to this that I can explain it is like the Russian athletic program. Like, they handpick athletes from the earliest they can pick them. And they're like, oh, you're going to be a wrestler. Why? Because your dad was a wrestler, which means you have the genes to be a wrestler. So we're going to teach you how to wrestle since you were, fucking in diapers. Then next thing you know, you have a Karelin who fucking goes 20 years undefeated in the Olympics.
Now I'm gonna have to watch the Olympics this year. Now that I know that,
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting.
It is interesting, and here's the thing: it's a beautiful thing to watch as far as art and human emotion and all that. But when you start thinking about it in those terms, it's like this is two countries going to war without hurting anybody else but those two people.
Right. So who's the guy who's gonna represent?
Right now, there's a couple of guys that are in the running for that number one spot. Jordan Burroughs unfortunately didn't make the team this year. He lost to some guy, I forget his name. He's a new guy. He's a younger kid. Wrestled out of Iowa. I know he's a D1 champ. But some of the big guys in the past, Jordan Burroughs. He's the only guy that comes to mind. Right now.
So you know how
but Brock Lesnar was one of them.
Okay, so you know how during the Olympics,
Kurt Angle.
I don't know who that is.
Kurt Angle from the WWE. You remember him? The broken neck. I won the Olympics, a gold medal with a broken freaking neck.
This is how much I follow sports.
No, it's okay. So there was a professional wrestler in the late 90s for the WWE or WWF at the time. His name was Kurt Angle. He won the 1990 gold medal, 1996 in Greco-Roman wrestling for the United States with a broken neck, which is a true story, which turned into his gimmick in the WWE.
Oh, okay. I would do that too. I'd be like, yeah.
No, but this dude, like you can pull it up on YouTube right now. There's a match of him versus, I forget the Russian guy's name. But it always ends up being one of three countries. Iran, who has monster wrestlers too.
I know the Iron Sheik. That's it.
Yeah, well, Iron Sheik was an Olympic wrestler for Iran.
That's right. Yeah,
for Iran.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a big deal. It is a big wrestling in this country. Like, most people forget about it, but when I'm talking about, like, it is a huge deal. It's such a huge deal that it's in every public school.
I have to look this shit up, man. This is interesting. This is fascinating. If you haven't learned anything, if you learned anything from this episode, this is gold. I love this. I fucking love this.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's switch gears a little bit. I want to get into. So, how long you been doing this comedy shit?
This is a little over 2 years now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you'd be doing it for longer than that.
No. I've been. So the secret to me, and most people don't really realize this, is like before I started comedy, I used to be a youth pastor.
Oh, so you're used to talking in front of people?
I'm used to talking in front of people.
Cheat code. All right.
That's my cheat code. That's my cheat code to my stage presence.
Sure, Poppy. But so what was it?
A couple of different things, but long story short, I want to thank Tony Hinchcliffe for my career.
Are you serious?
Yes. 2 years ago, around this time 2 years ago, I went to a Tony Hinchcliffe show, and I've always wanted to do
Here in Austin?
No, Dallas.
Okay.
Tony roasted me and my wife throughout the whole show. Funniest thing, I had so much fun. It was just a fun show. And talked to him after the show, and I'm like, hey man, I've always wanted to try this. You know, I'm a youth pastor. You know, it's kind of not what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like, I'm a huge man of faith, but I'm not a fan of the corporate style of worship. I'm not a fan of corporate religion. Just not for me.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, sign up for the open mic. And I signed up for the open mic. Later that night, he stuck around. He told me I sucked, and then he says, but keep going. And haven't stopped since.
Wow. Shouts to Tony.
And funny thing is, when I saw him when he first moved back, he recognized me, which was insane. Because it's like I only met him once before then.
Yeah.
It was like, Hyenas, Dallas, right? And it was like, you were bigger then. He was like, your name is Daniel? And I'm like, dude is sharp, bro.
No, he is. I know him personally, too. Is a good guy. Actually, he gave me he came to town because I had met him during, I met him in 2015.
Yeah.
He came with Red Band and Tiffany Haddish at the time. Nobody knew who she was. Because Tiffany used to do Red Band show on Death Squad.
Yeah.
The dysentery show, right? And they came to Spider House. And I went there. I met him, just said, what's up? I didn't know I was going to do any of this stuff. And he came back for Moon Tower in 2017, I think. And then he came back to do a Kill Tony and a whole show at Cap City.
Yeah.
And after that, he recognized me, and then we went over to the bar, and at the time, like my son was on the way.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm like, there's so much I want to do, but I have this baby on the way, and I don't know if I can do all that. I maybe start doing comedy. I have my podcast also. I was on hiatus, and he told me straight up, is like, shut up with the excuses. Like if you're just gonna do it, just do. Actually, that should actually inspire you to do it, knowing that you have a son on the way, as in you're about to accomplish something that you could be proud of, and then show your kid.
Bro, like
this is what he told me.
The way he put it to me, bro. Like when I saw him last, he was like, "You still suck, but you're gonna get better as you progress in everything, right?" And the fact that he was like, everybody sucks in the beginning. Everybody sucks. Like, man, 2 years in, I have maybe 3 or 4 bits that I really like, but I know that they can be so much better. Especially when you see a guy like Tony, who
14 years in it.
14 years, and he's one of the most prolific writers you'll ever meet, right? Like, the dude has forgotten more material than he's ever tried. You know what I'm saying? Like it's insane when you being around him and seeing him work, like in the early days of post-COVID comedy, like he dropped in at one of the shows at Green Jay,
mm-hmm.
and he went up there with a notebook and just started rattling off jokes, just trying to see what worked. And a lot of it was funny, just off of experience of writing comedy. But then you look at it, it's like, but half that shit's not even in his set. And you're like, wow, he's forgotten more comedy than he's ever actually used in an actual set.
No, it's incredible. The man's good. It's fucking good.
Yeah,
good guy. Really
except
good
for the
guy.
whole chink thing, it got a little weird.
Well,
even then, I don't give a fuck. I like the guy.
Yeah, exactly. I saw him a few days later. It's like, yo, what up, back? And I'm like, good to see you out again, man. Seriously, you need to be out here. Fuck that other dude.
Dude.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that at Green Jay that night. You're
bro.
like, if I see him, I'm fucking punch him in the face.
Fuck him up.
On sight.
Green light, dog. Green light until this day. Hold on. I'm a boo freaking Deontay Wilder. To this day. Dude, like, bro. Like, I'm a non-violent guy.
Whatever. We talk about MMA and wrestling and
dude, it's different. I look at it from
Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
I look at martial arts from a different perspective. Yeah, it's a violent act, but it's not necessarily violence.
You gonna say it's beautiful?
It to me it is.
the way the bodies intertwine,
No.
the way he grabs the diaper
No,
and just
no.
flips him over, and his knee touches the ground. Look at
No,
that.
man. The things the human body can do, and or take, is what fascinates me.
I'm with that. I wholeheartedly agree. You know, I danced for 7 years,
Yeah,
and are you familiar with Les Twins?
yeah.
The French. Yeah.
Yeah, I know who they are.
They're the best dancers in the world. Period.
100%.
They taught themselves.
That's insane.
They're two out. I don't know. You have like 8 siblings, something like that. But they taught themselves how to dance to the best in the world. And some of the shit they do, and you ask them like how. I want to see how they practice.
They probably just turn on music and do kind of like what writers do. They would just throw shit up on the wall, see what works.
But it always again.
Art is art.
I'm with it, but it's like some people just have it in them,
100%.
and they do. But when you look at other dancers, that there was this one style that came out in early 2000s. I think it's called Flex or something like that. When these guys just like literally they could put their elbow behind their heads and
like
do
the
all
bone
this.
breaking stuff.
Yeah. They do that kind of shit, or they flow so well with their body, or they just do the robot thing. And I'm like, the human body is fucking incredible, man.
It's incredible. Like, the reason I'm such a fan of martial arts in general, not just wrestling or kickboxing or boxing, it's one, what an athlete can put himself through to accomplish something. It's it's inspiring. Number one, doesn't matter if it's basketball. That's just one. But then you add the element that it's a chess game, right? Like, let it be boxing, kickboxing, wrestling. It's a chess game. It's a game of strategy.
Okay. For those sports, yes.
Right. But then you add the fact that some guys like, you like MMA, right?
I don't care for it.
You don't care for it. Okay. What martial art do you like to watch? None.
Honestly.
Okay.
No. Okay, so
Like if there was a fight going on,
I'll watch the Floyd Mayweather fight because
okay,
it's
good example. Floyd Mayweather.
Uh-huh.
Floyd Mayweather's style. He is one of like 3 people in the entire history of boxing that could do what he does.
I believe it.
And the reason I say that is like the only guy before him that could do that Philly shell style, he's better at it than his dad was.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The only other guy that can do it is Sugar Ray Robinson.
Okay.
And you look at them for like you look at film. They resemble each other so much it's scary. But once in a generation style talent with the once in a generation style, it's like that's how special Floyd Mayweather is.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, when you say chess, take when it's actual. I'm trying to phrase this right.
Great. So, to finish what I'm saying about Floyd.
Okay.
Okay, he calls himself the best ever. I don't think he's the best ever, but he's undefeated. You can people in boxing might say that the level of competition versus
He doesn't KO people though. He just wins
but
by.
it's not even that. It's he makes people look silly.
Oh yeah, I mean best defensive is it? That's the thing, right?
Yeah, no, he makes people look silly. So the reason I say, what I said about martial arts earlier is like he has the best pull counter ever. Pull counter. Pull counter is basically when you lean your head forward over your knee.
Oh, and then you
to bait a power shot from your opponent, and you counter with your own power shot. Floyd Mayweather, that's how he made his money. That pull counter was his number one weapon from basically after the Olympics. After he got robbed, arguably, from his Olympic gold medal.
Mm-hmm.
He turned professional, and he built a career off a pull counter. And he was the best to ever do it. Like, he would stand in front of guys, lean forward. His reflexes were so good that he could literally within centimeters of people hitting him, and he would just pop right back.
That's like anime level type shit.
Literally anime level. Like you see, like he made Manny Pacquiao look silly. He made Miguel Cotto look silly. He made
Like, come here, right here, put it on the chin.
no, basically, right? So
Yeah.
like you name every elite boxer of his era, he made them look ordinary.
I can see that.
Now, was he knocking people out and putting people to sleep? No.
That's what people want to see though when you think boxing.
Yeah, that's what casual fans want.
Yes, exactly. I'm
Casual
with that.
fans
Okay,
want to
sure.
see. But when I say he made people look silly, and he didn't even have to hurt people to make them look silly, which to me speaks to him as a person too. He was like, no, I'm gonna fight him and I'm gonna hype the fight. But when it comes to the actual art of it, he was like, I don't have to hurt you to win this.
Such a bitch. I just gotta play around with you.
No, seriously. Like, he had 50 fights. He knocked out 20. And that's early in his career when he was a young, brash fighter.
Uh-huh.
As he matured, he was like, oh, I know what this can do to people. I don't want to do that to them, but I know that this is how I feed my family.
Well, I think they'll be all right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
For
like,
generations.
so he was, he would do and as far as the tactics of boxing, he was better than anybody.
Do you ever watch? There's a video on YouTube of. It's called The Art of Intimidation by Mike Tyson.
Oh, dude, that is one of my favorite videos.
Oh shit! When he's like, I'm walking and I'm nervous, I'm scared to death, and then I'm get on in the ring and I'm God,
bro. But that's another guy, right? Like Mike Tyson was the polar opposite of a Mayweather.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson is a conqueror. Mike Tyson is
I'm gonna destroy you.
He's a destroyer.
I'll fuck you till you love me.
Dude, legitimately. But then you look at the way he was trained and the way his style is. He was made to be
The destroyer.
King Kong.
Yeah,
He was made to be that. And his style reflects that. Now, was he technically the best boxer of his heavyweight generation? No.
Mm-hmm.
No. But you remember him.
Yeah, of course.
Because of what he did to everybody.
As soon as I see this flinch in his eye, it's over. I have him. And it's so good.
He's mine.
I love that video. Like I love that video. It's fucking dope. But okay, so take another sport. Right now, the Tour de France is happening, right?
Tour de France, yeah.
Tour de France. Well, I don't know why I say Tour de France. Holy shit. We just talked about Puerto Rico, and I'm saying Tour de France.
Because you're American.
Shut up.
You're American.
Shut up. I've been here.
You got that slick African style, though. I like it.
Ugh, I can't. Every time I catch myself like sounding so American, I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I've always defined myself as a product of those three places, but that's one part that like the way I speak, I don't want to like give in. You see what I mean? Like it took me 5 years to say y'all when I moved here.
Really?
I refused to say y'all. Like
dude, I've been saying y'all since I was in fucking Florida, bro.
No,
it's a southern thing.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like, if I'm gonna assimilate myself to this culture, I'm gonna do it backwards. I'm just gonna I'm walking back into it, like look over my shoulder type shit. I'm like, I'm not sure I like this. I didn't have a choice, but I was kind of skeptical about it. So I'm like, I'm not gonna dive in. Like, oh yeah, come here, America, take me and show me everything you got. I'm like, yeah, let me see what this is all about first.
I think you're right. I think that's the right way to do it, especially
because you get disappointed quickly if you dive all in.
There's.
Yeah,
I agree, but there's something beautiful about the mixture in this country.
Oh, I'm all for it. Doesn't mean you can't be careful. That's all it is.
It's true. You do have to be careful.
My
like I ain't gonna let my daughter do no white girl bullshit. Like the fuck's wrong with you?
I told my youngest brother, if I ever catch you with cargo shorts, I will smack the shit out of you. Cargo short. He was going to middle school. I'm like, even khaki shorts. Fuck off.
Fuck.
You wearing cargo shorts, you're gonna have a problem. You better come home in your boxers,
bruh,
with your shorts in your backpack, bruh, and let me catch you with that shit,
bruh. Ain't nothing like a good boat shoe though.
Shut. There's just certain things. Okay, so there's just certain things I can't take
stigma. It. I get it.
It is.
It's a stigma.
It is. And you live in a state where people don't care about the way they look.
But let me ask you this. What's one African thing that if you see another African do in the States, you're like, motherfucker, keep that shit back home? Because I know there's a bunch of Puerto Rican shit that if I see a Puerto Rican do it here in the States, I'm like, motherfucker, giving us a bad name. Stop that shit. Like, bro, I love, bro. Okay,
Go ahead.
My big thing is like, I love the Puerto Rican flag. It is a beautiful thing. It's a patriotic thing. It's a very nationalistic thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if I see a Puerto Rican wearing a Puerto Rican flag, I'm like, motherfucker.
Wearing like on a t-shirt?
Like I have a Puerto Rican jersey from the Puerto Rican national team.
Uh-huh.
Every time I put it on, I go, I like it. And then I look at myself in the mirror right before I walk out the door. I'm like, I am changing. I am not wearing this shit out in public because I don't want to be that guy. Like, unless I'm going to a game or to like a showcase or like a Puerto Rican Day parade, there's exceptions to the rule. But if it's a regular fucking day and I see a motherfucking Puerto Rican wear a Puerto Rican flag of any kind on a shoe, on a piece of clothing, I'm like, stop.
I can't do that. See, America is the only country that does that shit. Do you realize that?
It's stupid.
Everything is a flag. Everything
is stupid.
Like you can put a flag in front of your house, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Nobody does that anywhere else. Nobody puts a Congolese flag in front of their house.
It's bad too. It's not only America. It's maybe Americas because Mexicans do it. Colombians do it.
Yeah, true.
Like
yeah, Mexicans do it.
Yeah, Mexicans do it a lot.
Yeah, Mexicans.
Bro, have you seen some of these lowriders in Texas, dog? Like, I'm like, yo, like, okay, bro, like that's
any chance? Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Don't add the fact that if they're football fans, they go full blown Cowboys. Like, they're
true.
Passionate people, dog.
Yes. Okay, I'll give you that. Maybe that's the only two. Canadians don't do it. Canadians don't give a fuck.
No, the Canadians don't give a fuck.
No, but
Canadians barely care about themselves. What are you talking about?
It's true. but nobody. Maybe North Korea.
Yeah.
Maybe because you have to.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you get shot.
That's true.
You probably get shot if you don't wave a flag like on the Saturday morning because that's the law. I don't know what they do over there, but
I don't fucking know.
But it's this whole.
They're hungry. That's all I know.
Oh, you know, has a good joke about that shit.
Who?
Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah has a joke. It says, the United States of America is the only country in the world where people start chanting USA, and everybody just does it.
Bro, it's so contagious though.
Yeah, but nobody goes United Kingdom.
No, nobody gives a fuck.
Exactly.
Nobody gives a fuck.
No, nobody goes Mali or Japan, China. Nobody does that shit. But when you can start a whole chant by saying
you can be in
USA.
the middle of the Mall of America, and one guy goes USA, US, and then the whole crowd goes USA, and then I'll be like, what are we chanting USA for? I was like, I don't know. Somebody said understand this. USA.
You could be at a bus stop and do it.
Dog.
You could do that. Seriously, you could do it anywhere.
Bro, it's stupid.
I dare you, at the end of your set, next time you go to the mic, just for the fuck of it. And you're Puerto Rican, so you kind of qualify. But you can say
I barely qualify. I'm a second-class citizen. What are you talking
You're
about?
white enough. You pass.
Bro, I am white enough, though.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie.
I'm telling you.
Compared to you, I'm very white.
Yeah, I look, man. I tell people I'm French, look at me like I'm crazy.
Bro, you're Songolese. What are you talking about?
They don't know that. I just have from Africa.
They barely know where to point it out on the map. That's all I'm saying.
You think he can put Senegal on the map? You think he can put France on the map?
Barely.
You think he can put South Africa on the map?
Bro, Americans can't put Puerto Rico on the map.
Of course not.
Bro, they can't. Look, when I lived in LA for 3 years. I told this chick that I was dating at the time, I'm from Puerto Rico. Oh, what part of Mexico is that from? And I'm like, I'm not Mexican. And she looks at me and she goes, but you said you're from Puerto Rico. And I'm like, look up Puerto Rico on your phone right now. And she goes,
I don't even do that. That's too much work.
And she goes, no, but I wanted to prove a point.
Yeah.
Dude, and she looks it up on her phone. She's like, it's part of the United States?
You know that some people...
She did suck good dick, though.
Oh, well, there's redemption. No, but the people would think that Alaska is in the bottom left of the U.S. because that's on the map. It always puts on the bottom left with Hawaii.
So stupid.
Hey,
I actually made that drive once.
To Alaska?
From Florida to Alaska, yeah.
What?
My dad was stationed up there one time, and we had to...
You never heard of a plane or a train?
No, we were taking his car up there. So I wanted to make the trip with him, so I just got in the car, and...
Was it a...
It took 6 days.
Yeah, no shit. Probably take you one to get out of Texas.
No, we didn't even go through Texas.
Oh, yeah, Florida. My bad.
So we took 35 all the way, or 70. No. Highway, no, 75.
You don't have to know your highways. It's
No,
okay.
no. So we took 75 through Tampa, all the way up to Chicago. Then we got on the Alaskan Highway, which took us through Canada, all the way up there. And it was in the spring, so it wasn't cold yet.
Oh.
So we got mostly
Where would you go? Like travel?
travel.
Like if you have a dream destination.
So I've always wanted to live in Spain.
Spain's the shit.
Spain
Spain is the fucking
I want to live in
shit.
Spain.
I promised myself that I'll go back. So we went 3
And I
years
also
in a
want
row.
to do Spanish comedy in Spain.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it? Does it translate?
No. I am working on a new 5 minutes in Spanish.
Spanish, not Mexican or Puerto Rican Spanish.
No, just plain old Spanish. Like, what I want to do as far as comedy, I want to get very proficient in a good English set to get paid as a comic, which I can officially say I'm a pro comic. I've been paid for comedy. But I want to get a good enough set where I can be featured just about everywhere or headline just about everywhere. And then I also want to develop an hour equivalent in Spanish so I can travel abroad.
Like Tom Segura is doing.
Yeah, he is a pioneer in that, my friend.
No, you know who he is?
Eddie Izzard.
Eddie Izzard. Yes.
Eddie Izzard.
Eddie Izzard, French, German.
4 languages.
Wait, he does French, German, English.
Spanish.
Oh, Spanish too?
Yes.
Oh, this fucker. And then Gad Elmaleh, the French guy.
Yes.
Was a superstar in France and then came and had a residency in New York and did it all in English. And I saw him and it still funny.
Dude, it's one of those things where comedy, with the art of stand-up, Americans might have invented it, but I think every other culture kind of took it and said, we can do the same thing in our language. And has taken it to this whole different level. And I think, especially, being Hispanic and being that speaks Spanish and Latino, whatever fucking term you want to use, being bilingual, I can double my market by.
That's true. Maybe I should do French.
Yeah. I mean, but it's hard here in the States, right?
Yeah, nobody cares here.
Nobody gives a fuck. But there's a really good comic out of Dallas. His name, Monkey. His name is Monkey.
Oh,
He's a black Puerto Rican guy, by the way.
He's a negrito.
He's monkey sin A. That's what we call him. Monkey without the E. So Monky, Monkey. He's a guy who told me, like, one of my mentors in comedy, he was like, Danny, do it in both languages. He was like, it's going to be hard, but it's like, it's worth it as a performer, and it's worth it to both go back home and perform, which is one of my dreams. He was like, but take it abroad. He was like, you can go anywhere in the world as a comic to do it both in English and in Spanish. He was like, you could go to Europe, doesn't matter what part of Europe, you can do an English set and a Spanish set. And I was like, he opened my eyes to that fact. And then during the pandemic, when everything was online only, I did mics in Argentina. I did mics in Spain, in Spanish. I did mics in...
Do you speak Spanish at home with your wife?
My wife is very American, so that's a no.
Yeah, that would be fun when you have kids.
But...
if you need tips...
No, my wife is of Mexican descent. She's a Texan, so she
understands it.
She understands it, but to have that fluent conversation of back and forth, it's just not going to happen.
Start teaching your kids Spanish. I'm talking babe, like they can't even talk yet. Just do it.
Dude, but I talked to my parents in Spanish when my grandparents were still alive. Spoke to them in Spanish all the time. My family back home, every time I talk to them on the phone, it's all in Spanish. I talk to my wife's family in Spanish, all her grandparents and uncles.
Oh, that sucks for her.
Aunts and uncles. So the reason I got away with her family, and I was like the chosen one for her family to say, give me the okay to marry her, was because I spoke Spanish. So, like, to them, it was like reinstalling a lost part of their culture back into them.
I'm like, yeah, see what you did with Skip you. He's going to bring that shit back.
No, my wife knows this. She was like, we just ordered Rosetta Stone so she can learn Spanish, too. So it's like I know how to speak it conversationally, so I would love and read and write it, but I would love to be more proficient in the language itself.
Oh.
Since I grew up here.
Yeah, so like we were saying earlier, watch the cartoons. Take your favorite movie.
In Spanish, I do it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, even for her, like whatever her favorite movie is, watch it in Spanish with English subtitles.
Oh, she started watching novelas all over again, bro. It's great.
Watch El Inocente.
El Inocente. Dude,
Inocente on Netflix.
that's good.
It-
Like we watched Narcos, the original one.
Yeah.
It's like we took off. Like I put the English subtitles, so if she didn't understand, she could like
Right.
keep up. But she's starting to learn more. She's starting to speak again. But like when we first got together, I would say something in Spanish. She look at me like, huh? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What?
I tell you what, my son is 3 years old. He's bilingual already.
Really?
Yes.
He speaks fluently in French?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
To where he goes to a French school. He's just ended his first year
Wow.
in pre-K, and he gets to a point where he translates. So when he speaks to, and I always tell him like, when you talk to me in French. So when he speaks English, I say je comprends pas. I don't understand. And then he'll say it in French.
That's good.
And he did this trick on me last week, and I will tell him when he's grown. I will tell him about what happened. So he's talking to me in English, and he goes, "Oh, well, what do you speak with mom?" And I said, "Well, anglais, English." No. Sorry. He started speaking in English, and I said, "I don't understand. Je comprends pas." And he goes, "So what do you speak with mom?" And I said, "English." He goes, "You do understand." Like,
kids
you
are smart.
fucking sneaky ass.
Kids are smart, but like my parents. So my situation was different from your kid, right?
Uh-huh.
So I was born in Puerto Rico, and my parents' struggle was to teach me English, and then have me retain my native language. Because
But you go back. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's what
my
why
parents
they
did with Senegal. Yeah.
That's what they did with me. But I learned what I called hood English because I grew up in like the bad parts of Miami. I grew up in Kendall, which is one of the suburbs of Miami, outside of Perrine, outside of like Wynwood. Like you look up like all the bad parts of Miami, Kendall's one of them. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people it's like I learned hood English. I learned like all the bad words in English. I learned Ebonics before I learned how to write an English paragraph. So it's like I know more hood English and all these terms from down south like jit and just Ebonics.
Sure. I mean, same here. My English teacher hated my guts because I would spell color without a U.
Yeah.
And I learned English with Snoop Dogg and Mobb Deep and Wu-Tang. And I was, my friends in English class were like, "Fuck you, Beck knows more English than you do."
That's facts.
Yeah. And her only credentials for teaching us was that she went to England on vacation for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That was only credentials.
For sure.
And I knew more than her.
I think at like 8 years old, I knew the entire Rough Riders song.
There you go. Which one? Anthem?
Yeah.
Oh, niggas want to try. Niggas want to lie. And niggas want to, you didn't say that part? Niggas want to ride.
It's great. Like,
I have a joke about the song.
I remember it's like niggas don't stop, niggas don't drive. Open up shop, we had a like, oh, not a like, whoa.
I was walking around going, I grew up on the Times side, the New York Times side, saying this live is no jive.
I grew up on the New York crime side.
Yeah. And my friend's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's Wu-Tang, my friend, Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang. Protect your neck.
Yes, I was all over that shit. All over that shit.
And that's how I learned English, right? Like
it's the best way.
It is. And then you add television. Like my mom was a nice lady. Or is a nice lady.
What the fuck was that?
So she would always put I was 8 when I moved here, so she put like Blue's Clues on. Like
what's that?
It's a TV show. It's a children's TV show in English, and she was like, "Watch this," and I learned about Blue's Clues and Steve, and learned English through the television. And then she would send me outside to go play, and my first neighbor in Miami was a Cuban kid named Angel, and he barely spoke English. And he'd be like, "Oye, vamos por allá a aprender esta mierda," which means like, "Hey, let's go over here and learn some shit." And we'd go hang out with the Haitians. And bro, I learned like more street shit hanging out with this dude. Like I learned French Creole.
Oh yeah.
So it's like sac passe, baboule, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like I know some shit. Like I know, like I can understand like patois. I know how to. I know.
Yeah, I know patois too. Yeah,
patois
from listening to dancehall and reggae.
You know, but I learned it from the streets though.
Oh, which is what dancehall is.
like God bless God brethren. You know what I'm saying? Like I know all these little weird things from growing up in such a diverse city in Miami that like people like I talk like I somebody tells me they're from Haiti. I'm like sak passe baboule. They'd be like, oh shit, you speak? I'm like, yeah, dog. Like what's up? Like what's up? He's like, where you from?
That's throw people off, man. I love doing that shit.
And then they're like, where you from? Like I grew up in Miami. They're like, it explains a lot. You know, it's like, where you from? I'm Puerto Rican. And it was like, oh shit. And it's like, and in Puerto Rico, like the black people in Puerto Rico, like a lot of them go to Trinidad.
Right.
Trinidad Tobago. They go to St. Kitts. They go to all these little islands that have all these like reggae Jamaican influences. And there's like you listen to like reggaeton, like especially the early days of reggaeton, they would just take dance hall beats and just rap in Spanish.
Pretty much. That's pretty much what reggaeton is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's just it's different to be Puerto Rican or Cuban or Dominican than it is to be Mexican. And it's not to put down Mexican culture, because my wife is very Mexican and I love Mexican culture, but it's just not the same.
Let's just say it's different.
Yeah, it's different.
Just say it's different. There's no one better than the other. But then Mexicans with them plaques, you just need to calm the fuck down.
Bro, Puerto Ricans do too, though. Puerto Ricans do too. Like, hey, my New Yorkers that never been to Puerto Rico one day in their life, bro. I get you Boricua, but like...
So, what is the Boricua?
Boricua is the original term for the Puerto Rican people.
Oh, okay. Boricua, morena. Morena is black too.
Yeah. So...
Wait, is it negro or morena?
So, morena is dark skin.
Oh.
So you could be moreno, but not negro.
Okay. Were you a fan of Big Pun?
I am a huge fan of Big Pun. He is my
dude. Capital Punishment is still one of the best albums I ever heard. Top to bottom. Top to. I'll
That's
rap.
One of the best tracks. Capital Punishment
on the album.
Yeah.
No, my favorite track is
Twins Deep.
No, Beware. The first. I give you fair warning. Beware. Oh, what you thought, punk? Shit is sweet that you can't eat. So I don't know. What is it,
dude? Twins Deep for me, right?
Okay. Then in the middle, little, like
dude,
that shit.
When I heard that, I was like 13 years old after he died. Like my brother turned me on to him, and he was like, "Bro, you don't know about Big Pun?" I'm like, "Bro, like anything I know about hip hop comes through you. So if you don't tell me, I don't fucking know."
He's the only one, or the first or the only one to go platinum. Like from
and the thing to me was what I loved about him was he wasn't afraid to bring in that island influence into mainstream.
Right.
And then what I say is like without Big Pun, there would be no modern day reggaeton movement.
Really? You go that far?
I go that far because Big Pun brought Tony Sunshine, which is Tony Sunshine. Then he brought Nori, Nore.
Right.
Into like the Terror Squad crew and fucking Fat Joe, obviously.
Right.
But without Nori. So I'm looking at this from like like a martial artist. I'm looking at it like a martial artist. It's like lineage, right? Without Big Pun, there's no Nori. Without no Nori, there is no Daddy Yankee in the United States.
But Nori and Big Pun were contemporaries, weren't they?
They were, but they were rolled in the same circles.
Okay, true. I'll give you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like saying
I'll give you that. Because Nori was on the album too.
Yeah, he was. But it's like, would you know of Nori without Big Pun?
What year did War Report come out? Capone Noriega.
Capone Noriega, what, like 2000?
Really? War Report?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because Oye Mi Canto, which is the first major reggaeton song in the United States, crossover, didn't come out to 2004.
War Report came out in 97.
97.
Oh, 97. And Capital Punishment is 98.
There you go.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, I was a huge fan of Big. Just lyrically, I was like, this motherfucker got breath and he got rhymes for days.
Bars.
John Blaze. I love that John Blaze track. I love The Glamour Life is a song I can do from beginning to end.
Not only that, here's the thing. When I talk about Big Pun, it's like if you're a lyricist style of hip hop that you like that,
which I am, yeah,
which I am too. Big Pun is in your top 5 when it comes to lyricists.
Yeah, yes, I'll give you that.
Right, but then you look at his like major albums; they're also great songs on their own.
I didn't care for Yeah Baby though.
You don't have to care for it. But
Capital Punishment, that's all it is.
They got not a, still not a player, and you're like, oh, that's a great fucking song.
Yeah, overplayed.
Oh, way overplayed.
I'm done with that one. That's the one I skipped.
That's the one you skip, but then you're at the club and it comes on and you're like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying?
No, I think I really believe, and I really believe there's
That's
some
because-
songs that need to retire. Yeah, that's one of them.
I mean,
And it's
99 Problems needs to retire too, but nobody fucking calls for it.
you know, I mean, that gotta go. This Is How We Do It's gotta go. Back That Ass Up's gotta go. Baby Got Back's gotta go. Push It's gotta go. Ice Baby gotta go.
Ice Ice Baby had to go when it first came out. I don't
Yes,
know what the
true.
fuck you're talking about.
Yes.
You know what I've been on a kick on lately though?
What?
I've been listening to a lot of New Jack Swing lately.
Really?
Dude, like at work, since it's like I work with a bunch of white people and I don't want to like throw all this heavy hip hop at them. I throw that late 80s, early 90s fucking New Jack Swing on them, which is like workplace friendly but still a little hood, you know what I'm saying? And they were like all these like 18, 19-year-old like pharmacy students are like hanging out with me and they're like, what the fuck is this? This has some beat to it. I'm like,
Yes.
go watch Kid and Play, dog.
No, I mean Teddy Riley came up with a fucking genre of music.
Dude,
That's what he did.
phenomenal.
And there's a reason why the Dangerous album was produced by him, because when you listen to Keep in the Closet or Jam, that's New Jack.
yeah, it is.
You know, Janet was doing New Jack too. I mean, think Guy,
Everybody
you
did
think
New Jack.
so. My oldest brother was a DJ,
Yeah.
and he introduced me to New Jack Swing when I was a kid, and I always remember there was a song. I was 10 years old, and I can picture it in my head. It was a school trip. We're going to a museum, and he made a mixtape, and there was a song on it that had maybe about a minute of a song,
Yeah.
and I didn't know the song. I didn't know the artist. I didn't know. All I knew was the melody.
Yeah.
For 20 years, it was stuck in my head.
Yeah.
It was one of those like
it is.
I had no idea who it was, and one
And
day,
that's a Midwest sound, the New Jack Swing.
yeah, but like I was, the song was so catchy and it killed me that I didn't know who it was. My brother forgot. He didn't know who it was either.
Yeah.
Just made the
And one
mixtape.
day you found out it's Bobby
20
Brown.
years later.
Bobby Brown.
No, it wasn't Bobby Brown.
Who was it?
I'll tell you the context. I was downloading music for a party I was doing, and we're doing a New Jack Swing set. And I was going through all the music, all the songs, and then it comes up. I fucking cried. It was I'll Be Sure.
Oh shit.
Misunderstanding. Misunderstanding. I don't know what you're playing. And I cried. And it was on loop for 2 weeks straight.
Dude.
20 years later, man.
Bro, I love that shit.
20 fucking years later. And I went to my brother, I'm like, motherfucker, it was I'll Be Sure. It's like, yeah, it was I'll Be Sure. 20 years. You didn't know.
It's crazy. It's crazy what music does, dude.
Nah, dude, it was
crazy.
I cried.
Yeah, but I've been on that. In the last couple weeks, I've been on that New Jack Swing, dude.
Where were you last Sunday?
What are you talking about?
Okay, I want to give a special shout out. So there's 3 DJs in Austin that they used to do these New Jack Swing parties
Yeah.
before COVID, and they had their first one back last Sunday.
Oh fuck.
Protege, Get Slice, Mike Swing. They had a bunch of guest DJs. K Cali, Chorizo Funk showed up, and they had Latchkey last Sunday. Unfortunately, I was only there for 2 hours because I had to go get my son.
I didn't know.
But from what I heard, from what I heard, people were like, "You're back." I had a hard time leaving. Like I had to go get my son. I was like, "Okay, stop playing the good shit. I'm trying to get the fuck out of here to go get my son. My son's more important." But come on,
bro,
and it fucking killed it.
And here's the thing about like that genre of music for me. It's not only fun to listen to, it's fun to dance.
See, okay, thank you for that.
It's dancing music.
I really believe that there's types of music you can't if you don't get up and dance, something wrong with you. Dance salsa like that. New Jack is like that, and
Salsa.
yes,
Salsa merengue is like
salsa merengue is like that. Techno, maybe if you're on some shit.
No, depends. Depends on who.
Funky houses.
Yes.
House music, but with actual vocals and kind of funky. I can. And funk is like that.
Funk, yeah.
Funk is like that. You can't, and disco too.
Disco, well, depends on what song it is, but for sure. But there's, to me, like there's a certain music. Like I love to dance. Like I grew up dancing. I remember since I was a kid, my mom was always like, "Mijo, I'm gonna teach you how to dance salsa, how to dance merengue." New Jack. My brother, he was a b-boy, so it's like I've always grew up dancing. And don't get it twisted, I'm a big ass motherfucker, but I got some light ass feet. You know what I'm saying? I got some.
All right, fair enough.
I got some light ass feet, dog.
I slide. I glide when I think.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. When you see me bust out a backflip, you're gonna be like, damn, Daniel. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, if you bust a windmill, man, I'll give you some props.
No, I ain't gonna do no windmill. But
I ain't get on the ground. You will have a hard time getting back up. So let's not get crazy now.
I could do some jiu-jitsu drills on the ground, but I ain't gonna do no windmill. That's what I'm saying. But I love to dance, and it's like I don't know what mix in me wants to every time I listen to, you know, the percussion and the bass that makes me want to dance. And my dad always says that's Africa in you. My dad's always said that since I was a kid. It was like, he says it in Spanish, eso es Africa hablándote. Eso es lo que te sale de adentro. It's what comes from inside. It's like you can't explain it, you can't do it. It's like that is Africa. Just know that that's Africa in you. My dad's always said that since I was a kid.
No, it's true. I mean, I even do I do a thing. My girl used to hate that shit. We'll be in the middle of a conversation, like deep conversation or whatever. We're at a restaurant and a song plays, and I just go squirrel.
Yeah,
like I just don't. Too. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you're saying right now, but they just play Michael Jackson.
All of a sudden you hear like, who is back again? Like, what's up? Don't do boys on the plane.
Seriously, and it happens. Like I'd rather listen to music than listen to people talk.
Word.
It's like that. Like
Word.
You're lucky we've been talking for an hour and a half right now. Because if there was a soundtrack, if I had music on,
I'm gonna be over here vibing with you. I'll be like, yo, pass that blunt.
It would be an hour and a half of silence and just the music. We're just playing songs.
Add some weed and liquor to it. We're gonna be here all fucking night.
Look, man, I love sharing music because I really believe that I was very lucky. But probably same for you growing up, being around. My brother was a DJ. I had a bunch of friends who were DJs. I know a lot of DJs here, and people actually know their shit and be like, "Yo, back, check this out. Yo, back, check this out." Dude. And then I want to give back
because I don't know DJs here. I don't know DJs in Dallas or in Austin or in Texas in general. My favorite thing to do was on YouTube is to find, and I shout out to this dude, and I'm gonna pull him up on my phone because I forget his name. Kamau, I think is his name on YouTube. He is probably one of the most prolific artists I've seen in a long time. He did a cover for the song Tennessee Whiskey. I don't know if you know that song. It's a blues song.
Tennessee
Whiskey.
Oh, no.
He did a cover for that song in a very jazzy way, and I love doing that shit on fucking YouTube. Like I'll find a cover for a song and I just let the algorithm introduce me to new music. And it's
I got something for you then. You're gonna love.
I love that shit. But the same thing, like there's a producer, musician out of Miami. His name is Tony Zucar. He's from Peru. That dude took the entire Thriller album and turned it into salsa.
Holy shit.
It is, as far as musicianship and like music, it is very well done. And it has the essence of Michael Jackson, but with a twist. And you're like, this is original yet the same.
Ooh, I got something for you. I got something
you're gonna love. It's phenomenal. There's another artist. She's from Cuba. Her name is Mandinga. She's a half white, half Cuban lady. She's also from Miami. She did a cover for the song Hello in salsa. Bro.
Lionel Richie, Hello?
No. Adele, Hello.
Oh, okay.
Bro, you listen to it, you're like, how is this the same song? It's like completely different, but it's also the same.
I'm skeptical when it comes to remixing Michael Jackson joints. If done right, it can sound
I'll show you right after this.
Okay.
It's fucking phenomenal.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up, man. We've been talking for.
I love it, dude.
No, this is dope. I know we can keep going. I know we can keep going.
Do a 4-hour podcast. Let's bring fucking Alex Jones into this shit. We'll get weird. Let's do it.
We're gonna holler at him. Yo, Alex, we need you to come and talk shit.
Chimeras, let's do this.
All right, let's do plugs. What you got going on? Show plugs.
So this episode, I don't know when it comes out, but fuck it. End of July, I will be the 17th. I will be in Dallas doing a show for Outlaw Comedy. Every Tuesday in July, I will be performing at the Green Jay. This weekend, it doesn't matter because this is not gonna come out this weekend. But the 31st, I will be back in July opening for what's his name? Shit. I'm actually performing at the Bodega at the 31st in July, opening for Jonathan Kite.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Are you always with a corrupted comedy?
I do
guys,
a lot
right?
of I do a lot of work with Corrupted Comedy. I am one of 3 that actually are owners.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of the brand. I do a lot of I do more social media and flyer work for them. I don't do none of the booking. Do not hit me up to be booked. I am not a booker. I am.
I'm not gonna ask.
No,
No, I will never ask.
here's what I'll do. I'll take the information and I'll give it to Trevor, and he'll do whatever he wants. Shout out to Trevor, by the way. He is, when it comes to producing comedy, that dude has it figured out. I don't know what it is. He knows what he's doing. Learning a lot from him. He's a veteran of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But
I met him a couple of times, but I've never really talked to him.
Yeah. We'll sit down. We'll sit down and we'll talk.
Yeah, I look forward to having him too.
He's a great guy. But more than anything, I love this art. And yeah, as far as my dates, those are my dates right now. I will be traveling August, Florida. I'm coming. Tennessee. I'm coming.
All right, man. 2 years in, you're already like fucking touring.
It's honestly not touring, but
it doesn't matter.
You're one-off dates. I'm calling them.
Sure, but you're getting out of here and trying new shit elsewhere.
Something a comic told me when I first started. I don't even remember his name. I just know he was a local kind of comic in Dallas. He was like, you got to get out of here to get good.
Yeah.
Because if you develop an act just for here, you're never gonna grow as an artist.
I've heard that many times. Yeah.
Since being Texas is so big, you can do 3 different markets and do 3 different styles of comedy.
Right.
Technically 4 now, right? But, I've done San Antonio, I'm doing Houston, I'm doing, Dallas, and hopefully, doing all these little towns in between and growing. But, 2 years in and just trying to get better, bro. That's all we're doing.
That's all it is. Just be funny and be consistent. That's all there is to it. Be funny,
consistent. And, there's I look at the lifestyle of comedy 2 ways. You can either do the grinder, which goes out every night and works at it, or you could be kind of more like me. I'm more methodical. I write a lot and I pick my spots. Like I pick my spots. One, I'm married, so I don't have the luxury of being out every
Well, I mean, yeah, technically I am too. So I get it. And I also have other interests.
Yeah.
And projects that I'm trying to get off the ground. So I'm like, it's like I have 5 jobs, pretty much.
Yeah, no.
If I count my son as a job, I have 5 jobs.
I just finished my degree, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I love doing jiu-jitsu. I love competing in jiu-jitsu, which also allows me to travel. But what I enjoy about comedy is that I can do comedy anywhere. As long as there's a microphone, I can fucking do comedy.
Yeah.
I've done comedy in the middle of the street. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you can perform all the time, but if you're not writing, what kind of comic are you?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You look at guys like Pryor, Lenny Bruce. What's the number one thing they all did? They all wrote. They're all writers at heart.
Yeah, that's the process that I love the most. Honestly,
it's my favorite part of
the puzzle, the puzzle part of it.
Yeah, but that's a whole other podcast.
Yes. Let's not get into all this shit. What your dope shit is? You haven't read the email, so. We do this thing at the end of the show where
I didn't.
No, you shared a lot of dope shit already.
Yeah.
But it's like dope shit that you think people should know about. It could be a show, a book, a website, a YouTube channel.
For me.
Yeah, that people that you love and you like people should know about this shit.
If you're a comic, you need to read Lenny Bruce's How to Talk Dirty.
Okay.
I think that is essential reading for any comic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a biography of Lenny Bruce, and I don't want to. It's from his perspective,
okay,
and his come up during his time as a Jewish man in New York City, post war. By the way,
mm-hmm.
It's a great book. One of my favorite reads. As far as
I mean, that's fine. That's one dope shit.
That's one dope shit.
Yeah, one dope shit's fine. Yeah,
one dope shit.
You have another one?
I have a lot, but that's probably the main one. And number 2, follow you and your fucking podcast.
Yeah, thank you. My dope shit. I always plug shows because I do watch a lot of TV. I always look for the next. I love documentaries. I love to learn. So, by the way, thank you for all the wrestling and all that knowledge. That was very insightful. I had no idea. I started watching this documentary on HBO Max called Generation Hustle.
Ooh.
And I watched 2 episodes, and it's about basically people who are trying. It's about like the startup life,
Yeah.
and for people trying to get something off the ground, and then there's something weird or scammy about the whole thing.
Dude.
So like the first episode is about these like 5 different people. One's a photographer, one's a filmmaker, one is a fitness, like a trainer, and they all get contacted by somebody who poses as what's her name? Some rich dude's wife who happens to be Asian, and goes, okay, we need you to fly over to Thailand and some country, and then because we're working on, we need you on this project. It's going to be great and everything. And then the deeper they go, they find out that they're actually getting scammed, and it's crazy. So the other episode that I watched is about WeWork.
Yeah.
And how WeWork was a fucking cult.
Oh shit.
How the founder of WeWork was so good at selling and selling that dream, and people followed him, and he was throwing these great retreats, parties, and everything. He was on TV everywhere, and people followed him. But at the end of the day, WeWork was just a bunch of smoke.
I got one more for you, and then I'm done. One more dope shit.
Mm-hmm.
Plug to my wife's taste. If you like food, I know you like food.
Yeah, of course I love food.
There's a great documentary on Netflix called Taco Chronicles.
Oh, I don't even like tacos, but go ahead.
By the way, it's also in Spanish, so you might need some subtitles. But basically, every episode, they go to a different part of Mexico and talk about the native taco to that area and what it means culturally, what it's done for the people, and how they sell it. It's very interesting.
Okay, I see how it can be interesting, because tacos to me are boring as fuck. Do you want to start there?
Trust me.
No, seriously, because I know it's Texas. I know it's Tex-Mex, not really taco. And I get hey, it's not the real thing, blah, blah, blah. But Mexican food is my least favorite food, because it's the same ingredients in different freaking wraps.
It's weird, right?
Right. But if you tell me there's some meaning behind it.
There's a lot of meaning behind it. I didn't even know.
Okay.
I didn't even know. Like the first, like one of the episodes talked about what my wife likes. One of the tacos my wife likes to make, which is barbacoa tacos.
Uh-huh.
Like the whole history behind that, you're like, wow. Like the taco's really Middle Eastern. It's not even freaking Mexican, bro.
Okay, don't spoil anything. I'm gonna watch this shit. This is now you piqued my interest. You've piqued my interest, my friend.
Like
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Now, it's not gonna give you any respect for Tex-Mex.
No, I don't expect it.
But I'm talking about like Mexican cuisine. You're gonna go. We're like, the fuck. Like it's its own. It should be its own brand of cuisine, and I hate that Americans have like reverted it to just a day a week. Taco Tuesday. I hate it because it deserves so much more respect.
I get it. Actually, we had a whole conversation. I forgot who was Nate Klingon, and we tried to define what American cuisine was, and I was like, I would never qualify American food as cuisine. It doesn't even register because it's just fast food.
Cuisine is a French word anyway.
Yeah, no. And you hear how I just said it? I'm already pissed about the way I just said it. Cuisine. Now I say like cuisine. Anyway, it's America doesn't have cuisine. It just has food.
It's mutt. Where Americans are mutts, bro. It has a little bit.
Do you want to know how a hot dog is made?
I don't give a fuck.
And people still shove that shit in their mouth and eat 55.
Have you seen how a sausage is made? Yes, I know. Come on, bro. Come on. I'm as third world as first world can get, okay?
Oh, this is good. All right, cool. So, as always, make sure you follow the FeedBak, BAK, everywhere on social media. Go back to the archives. I mean, this is episode 215, so it goes deep. As far as the comedians go, I've had a lot of funny people. Go back. I had Rachel Sterling from LA.
Oh, that's my girl.
Yes,
dude.
It was great. We talked for 2 hours.
By the way, how hot is she?
Don't ever say that to her face. She'll punch you in the face.
I know.
Don't.
I asked her to be my second wife, bro.
Oh wow.
And she goes. Your wife won't like me. And I'm like, my wife would love you. And she goes. My only problem is she hates to share, so I will just be the cuck in the corner.
Just don't call her hot. I've learned that lesson.
Dude, she's honestly
great.
as a person, she's taught me a lot about the business.
Yeah, she dropped a lot of knowledge on this show too.
She dropped a lot of shit. She's a fucking.
And she's only 2 years in too.
Dude, she's amazing. No,
It's like,
but,
yeah,
but
I was talking
she's
to-
been in entertainment for a long time.
No, which helps. But when we're talking, she's like, "Yeah, I was talking to David Spade." I'm like, "You just gonna say that like it's nothing?"
Bro,
No, good for her.
I was talking to Brent Ernst on text message the other day. So
Yeah, me too.
fucking Austin, Texas. We're A-listers now. Let's do this.
I was hanging out with Paul Verzi a couple weeks ago.
Oh shit! Look at that. We're just dropping A-listers.
Yeah, I can keep going. I have Godfrey on speed dial right here.
Oh fuck! Like Godfrey, dude.
Yes.
How good is Godfrey,
So underrated. This motherfucker's one of the funniest motherfucker walking the earth.
bro?
Period.
Purred.
All right, let's wrap it up. Follow the FeedBak. Follow Poppy _ the comic on social media. Daniel,
Yo.
really appreciate it.
Gracias, papa.
Thank you so much.
much.
We'll talk to you next time. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.